What's up guys, thanks for clicking on the video. This is Braden with Enhanced Home Care. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to clean a driveway. So first, as you can see, I pulled off my soft wash hose. I'm going to pre-treat this concrete first. I realized here I needed to blow this concrete off a little bit more, so I blew it off with my blower real quick. You can see me getting all the debris out of there from the trees and the bushes and the flower beds. That just makes the whole pressure washing process a little easier. So next I sprayed down the pre-treatment on the whole entire driveway. This is a sodium hypochlorite based mix with a little bit of soap. This helps to get the concrete a little bit clean before we get pressure washing, and it also makes my life a little bit easier with surface cleaning because the mold that's on the ground already is starting to die from the chemical. So next I pull off my pressure hose and I'm going to get it hooked up to the surface cleaner. You can see me getting it out of the back of my truck. And I'm putting it up here on the tallest point on the house so all the water can run downhill down the driveway. Drainage is a huge important factor when you're pressure washing these driveways. You can see all that water. It's like a river going down the middle of the driveway. And when I'm surface cleaning, I usually like to go around the edges of the driveway first, just to kind of like set a border for how far I'm going to be going, and then work my way back in. And then that way I kind of get a good pattern for the way I'm doing it. And some spots you might have to go over again twice, like you can see me turning around there and hitting these corners a couple times just to really make sure it gets up, because sometimes if you're surface cleaning and you're going a little too fast, you can leave stripes or streaks in the concrete. So it's important to just go slow and take your time and do it right the first time. The type of equipment I'm using here is a 28-inch surface cleaner, and it is being powered by a 8-gallon per minute pressure washer. I have roughly 200 feet of high pressure hose that I use for cleaning houses and driveways like this, and that seems to be a good amount of hose to be able to go across the whole entire length of a driveway and be able to do it in one turn without having to move my trailer. So I'm almost done right here cleaning the driveway. If I had somebody helping, I would be able to get them to move this hose for me out of the middle like that. It's kind of my pet peeve, having to work around the hose when I'm surface cleaning. So if you can hire somebody to help you clean these driveways like this, it'll make your life a lot easier just having a hose guy there to help, so you don't have to stop for a second and move it yourself and then get back going again. I like to park my trailer right here at the end of the driveway like this, so no cars coming by will get sprayed by any of the water or the rocks, and it helps protect the traffic from me being able to spray down there towards the bottom of the driveway. So for this last clip, you can see I've got the time lapse going on my head here for the GoPro, so it looks pretty cool now. It looks like I'm Superman cleaning this driveway. So I go back up to the very top again, start and work my way from the top of the hill down to the bottom. That's always your goal when you're spraying this water, is you got to use gravity as your friend, and that helps you get all the water to run downhill. And so use gravity as your best friend whenever you're rinsing off these driveways. Here's another spot where it's nice to have somebody helping, because I could have them move the hose right here, and then they could also be brooming, and that helps whenever you get big puddles like that build up. If you have somebody there to help you and they can broom it, or you can have somebody running the backpack blower right now while the other guy's rinsing, and that'll help you rinse off these driveways and get them cleaned back off. It's actually pretty satisfying to sit here and watch these back, because you can really see all the mud build up and just how long it really takes you to clean this off, because obviously this is a time lapse, so it's a lot quicker on this video than it is in real life, but you can really get an idea for the amount of water you really have to spray to get everything cleaned off 100%, because this is the final product which you're going to show to the customer. So you really have to rinse off the driveway to the best of your ability here and get everything off of the surface. I will have to go back in and use a turbo nozzle on the corners, as you can see over there, kind of where the bricks were and near the garage and the beginning of the top patio area. But I like to go ahead and just get everything off first. That way I can clearly see the spots that I need to touch up, and it's a lot easier to manage the cleanup if you just go ahead and get the bulk of it going now. So, and like what I said earlier, I'm using gravity as my friend. I'm just pushing all the mud downhill, really trying to get this all this debris down to the bottom near the road. Before I started, I filled up my water tank with about 3/4 of the way full, and it's a 275-gallon tank, so don't mind my math, but I'm gonna just guess it was around 200 gallons that was in there before I got started. So that gives you an idea when you're spraying pressure washer like this that's 8 gallons a minute, you really got to have about 200 gallons of water at least before you can get going, because you'll run out of water fast. And it's nice, on my trailer I installed a feed hose reel with 200 feet of Flexzilla hose, and that is always pumping the water from the house into that tank, so that makes sure that my pressure washer never runs out of water and I'm able to have constant flow of water going to my tank at all times. And now that I got everything rinsed off, I'll do a little bit more rinsing here after the video. I turned off too because I had a turbo nozzle, as you can see here, and that's what I go back and I use to get all the spots that were missed that I mentioned earlier. And then the final step of this process is post-treating all the concrete. You can see here I'm just spraying it in all the corners over there where all that black mold was. Any dark spots on the concrete that you still see, it could have mold spores that have grown up underneath that first layer of the concrete, and that's really the whole purpose of this post-treatment, is to go back into the concrete now that it's all clean and that concrete can really absorb it, and it'll help give it that lasting clean effect for years to come. Leave this video a like if it helped you any.